Surely the presence of joy is in this place. I can feel its mighty power and its grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory in its face. Surely the presence of joy is in its place. Surely the presence of peace is in this place. I can feel its thunder and its rain. There's a holy truth within us that no error can replace. Surely the presence of peace is in this place. Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the tender power and its grace. There's a holy glow within us that nothing can erase. Surely the presence of love is in this place.
We just sang about the presence. Feeling in the presence, knowing the presence is in this place. I wonder sometimes how still and quiet do we need to be to feel that presence? Do you ever maybe consider that most of our days are filled with so much chaos, whatever that might be, so much going on. And I don't think I'm the only one in here. I just love to hear me talk. You know, I always have to throw my 2 cents in every and you're usually about 6 bits worth, not 2 cents. And I think we're all like that. And we're so bombarded every day with chaos and confrontation, and we get caught up in it. We're just people. But maybe in the mornings we could think about surely the presence and allow ourselves to just shut it off. Shut everything off until we are actually aware of the presence, until we actually feel the presence of Spirit within us. And when we walk outside and get on the 101, we're going to probably not be aware of that presence. We may not feel that presence, but it's still there. And if we can at least at the beginning of our day for a few moments be aware of that presence of Spirit, of love, of peace, of hope, of joy, is alive and well within us. No matter what kind of shape we're in otherwise, that core, that presence is within every one of us. If we just quiet ourselves down to where we can be aware of it. And so it is.
I don't really need this, but I need this.
Well, thank you, Ray.
I need it to fend off steps and stairs, that sort of thing. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
The last time I was up here at this pulpit, I think it was, I filled you in, and how it turns out that Nancy is actually okay with my awakening her early each morning with a song, and so that we can get dressed and go downstairs and have breakfast together in the community dining room before they stop serving it. But lately I have had a little bit more trouble trying to give her a truthful answer that she can accept when she asks me almost daily, when are we going home? Or how much longer will we be here? So I've tried telling her the truth, the answer to that question over and over again, but she doesn't really want to hear that, so she sort of dismisses it out of hand and waits for my next answer. So I have decided that I need to not lie. I don't like to lie, but to tell her a different but related truth. And here's the related truth that I've come to suggest to her. We are committed to staying at the retirement community in Petaluma called Valley Orchards at least through the end of next month, because I have to give 30-day notice in writing sent through registered mail to actually notify them of our intent to move. So I figured that at the minimum would take us through the end of November. So that's not a lie, that's the truth. But it's not the question she asked. I answered the question I hoped she would ask. But now we have learned that our house in Rohnert Park, nice 3-bedroom house with a great view out the back window, that we've just signed a lease with a couple with a small dog who are moving down here from Washington. They're at the very high end of the scale of, financial score, whatever the heck it is. So it sounds like we found a good couple. No children, that surprises me. But they're actually going to start renting it on the 15th of October. Well, that's what, 2 days, isn't it? Ooh. All right, so you know what? We can suddenly afford to continue living where we have been living for the last 3 months and maybe put a little bit aside as well. So they're actually going to move in probably around the 1st of November. So here's an additional truth that I will be sharing with Nancy. Well, I guess I'm sharing it with her right now. We still own our old house. And theoretically, or sometime in the future, we might actually choose to move back there once the current tenants finish their current lease, which goes for a year, or that period might be extended, which is more likely what will happen. So yes, we own it. Are we going to move back to it? Certainly not right away. Could we in the future? Maybe. Probably won't. But this journey that we've taken, leaving our house and moving into a retirement community and all that entailed, certainly had its humps and bumps. And the most difficult parts are kind of behind us, the unknowns. We've pretty well answered all the unknowns. We know what's going to happen now. And the thing is, our future is really ours to decide how we're going to adjust to our new living arrangements. And that's a key point. We don't have to be victim of circumstances. We can decide how we're going to react to those circumstances. So it's up to us. It's up to you when you meet your own changing circumstances. So thanks to Patrick and the church board and all of you wonderful fellow parishioners here for the support you've given to us during this time. And you've enabled me to share with you each of our humps and bumps along the way. And that's I think, necessary for our own needs as well. I'll have to admit, though, there were times these last 3-4 months where I thought I'd bitten off way more than I could chew. Especially when you think we moved on August 2nd. I tripped right out here and fell. Didn't have this along with me. I cracked another rib on the 5th of September. Then I had to give up my golf. I had to give up swimming pool therapy. And because of doctor's advice, I started a sleep apnea nighttime mask wearing routine. Have any of you ever had that routine yourself? Oh yeah, isn't it wonderful? It is now, because I gave it 10 days, and after 10 days of not being able to sleep at all, I set it aside. And now I sleep 8 hours a night. It's just wonderful. And I don't know if I'm breathing or not all night. I don't care so far. I still wake up in the morning, so we'll count on that. And my hip rib seems to be healed. I've started again my almost daily therapeutic splash aerobics routine in the pool in the case I get to see friends from church. And I'm sleeping 8 hours a night, mostly uninterrupted, not always, but 8 hours a night. And Nancy and I are what I call the spectrum of doing okay and actually thriving at our new retirement community. So my final thoughts on this are, if you find that telling the truth is not well accepted or it doesn't work for you, instead of lying, try finding an alternate truth. It seemed to work for me. It's not like alternate facts that we hear about in the political arena. Alternate truth. There's the truth. Okay, but let's talk about this truth instead. Try telling a different but related truth, and be careful to bite off only what you are able to chew. But perhaps you can actually chew more than you realize with a little help from your friends. Namaste.
Thank you, Wade. And thank you for adding the levity in the process of life. I heard, this may not be the time, but I've got to tell you, I heard a story I told it to Warden Susan. I think it's a cute story. This couple, this guy comes home. He said, honey, I've got to talk to you. I need to tell you that I've had an affair, but it's over. And I just hope you can forgive me. And she said, well, I think there's a more important question concerning our children. I think that question is, do I ever really tell our children how you actually died? I just thought that was cute. Anyway, good morning. We had a wonderful board meeting this morning. There's stuff going on. You're going to be hearing more about stuff going on. And about stuff going on, I think this Thursday, the Monday night healing circle will be again on the 21st. I'm pretty sure that's the right day. This Thursday at 10 a.m. is the ladies' spiritual book study. Is that not true and correct? 9:45. This coming Saturday, the 19th at 4:30, we are having the Readers Theater show. Like, it can't happen here at 4:30, and it'll be kind of a fundraiser for the council on for the COTS. And the following Saturday will be our cabaret, which we will be having the Bluebirds from 5 till 7, and would be nice to have like a 9 a.m. setup crew Saturday morning. Most everybody that helps with that on the 26th. And the 27th will be potluck. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna ask Brother Matt, and then I have a final thing. Are there any other announcements, Kelly?
Well, the play that's going to be on the 18th, I think.
The 19th, Saturday the 19th.
Oh,
It can't happen here.
Saturday the 19th at 4:30. That's a week. That's next Saturday.
okay.
Okay. And
We've had an email from our neighbors across the street, the Verona Filetti Ranch, and they are letting us know that they're having a kind of an open house, so to speak, next Saturday, and then the following Saturday and Sunday, 25th and 26th. This is an introduction to some of the history, the agriculture, and stewardship of the land, sustainability that they provide and that they also teach. They also are offering compost. So if anybody wants to shovel the compost, talk to me. This has been a working farm for over 100 years. It's an important part of our history, as well as our heritage. this area was the world's egg basket, something that's important to remember when we consider that Measure J is questioning some of that. So I hope that whatever else you decide, whether you decide to come and celebrate next weekend and the weekend after with the ranch, do get yourself a little bit of education about our heritage and do decide to vote. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'd like to go on just a little bit further. When Jenny Folletti was alive, she entered into a deal with the city of Cotati that was brokered by the Sonoma County Land Trust. And that entire property is in a lifetime trust. It can never be anything but that little farm. They were going to put the museum in the little house. That was the idea. When can't do that. It's got to be a farm thing. It's got to be livestock and farm. It can't be a museum. So the museum's going to stay in the old police room in the city hall. But to have somebody in our community, and I think your grandpa, Joel's grandpa, built Jenny's house there on the corner. Yeah. And so there's quite a heritage across the street. This is the oldest building. That's like the oldest still going farm right across from City Hall. How many city halls have a farm right across the street with sheep and pigs and horses and cows? So we are so fortunate in this world of development and chaos to have such a sweet history and heritage that's going to be that way forever. So I just think let's take advantage of things like that in our community and keep them alive and well and support them in whatever way we can. Any other announcements?
Just this is the season of harvest season and celebrating our abundance. Let's remember to fill up that food barrel. You know, I can't call them until it gets full, so I'd like to see that happen. And then another thing, this isn't a church drive, but a personal friend in remembering the folks that are homeless or less advantaged. They're doing a drive, and this is a personal drive, not a church drive, for warm clothing and gear. If you're interested in supporting in any way, get with me. I don't have the email with me, but I'll get together the list. It's not tents and tarps. It's like jackets and scarves and hats and things like that. Thank you.
Any other announcements about upcoming things? Yeah, Sherry?
I just wanted to thank the church for hosting the memorial for Maureen. It was beautiful, and I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for having it and doing it. We really appreciate it. Bonnie?
I just like a moment of silence for my family in Florida.
Okay.
For Philip, who's my grandson, and Carla, who's my granddaughter, and her two sons, and my daughter, and my other grandson, Cheryl. They survived the hurricane.
Okay. All right, that's where I was getting. So we've got Bonnie's family in Florida. Barbara, I think, what is today her birthday or yesterday?
Today.
Today, Barbara is celebrating her 90th birthday, but Barbara is not doing very well. She was transferred yesterday or the day before to what hospital, Ron? Marin General. And anyone else can use some light? Kelly?
My neighbor's son was in a horrible accident and needs some prayers. His name is Avery.
Avery? Catherine?
I need some prayers for health. I'm having some health issues
Okay. Okay.
My friend Joe is having the batteries on his heart changed, and he's kind of
Okay. Anyone else? Let's just have a few minutes and share our love, our empathy, and our will for the highest good. and so it is. This light that we share, this love, this request for the universe to provide for the highest good, it's right here, in this very room. And we're going to sing in this very room. And in this room, we have everything this universe needs, and abundance. All we have to do is put it to work, to use it, to make it an activity rather than a thought. Let's stand and sing in this very room, number 22 of the songbook.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for what I need. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for what I need. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any blue. For spirit, for spirit. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to share everything now. For spirit, for spirit. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough love and quite enough power to reach to all in this world. For spirit, for spirit.
And now we may greet each other in the traditional Church of the Oaks fashion.
That's another one. The words are a little bit different here from you guys. You're singing out of this. Yeah. The words here, but the music's here. That's all right. Play the along. That's the important thing.
There we go. You're my partner in setting up. Hey, what do you get, like ice
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Get my hugs in. I got my hugs in.
Oh. How clever, Gloria.
So let's try to capture it.
Does anything you've done this week feel as fulfilling and nurturing as what you just this moment experienced? Mike has a couple things to add to that, but probably won't. Huh? What a lovely family we have. We come from all walks of life, every kind of different idea that you can imagine, every kind of experience you can imagine is right here in this room, in this very room. And we stand up and we salute the spirit and the divine in each other. We exchange our energies of love and caring and acceptance and gratitude with each other. Every one of us, when you walk in, every one of the announcements was thanking people and recognizing what power we have, and could you all share your love with these people who are in a period of darkness or suffering or ill health. And we count on each other. And I don't care how much money you have or don't have, the abundance that we value so much is each other. Money is lovely. Our time is lovely. Our thoughts are lovely. Our treasure. But having each other, that's the greatest abundance, and honoring that, respecting that, cherishing that. Let's read together our affirmation of abundance, may we? Part of the abundance that the universe shares is the never-ceasing changes of our life experiences and conditions, as demonstrated by the changing of our seasons. May we ponder that wisdom, sir. As we prepare for our meditation this morning, and we get ready for that time of being still and silent, to where we might have communion with the presence of the Spirit within us. Let's sing together in the stillness of the silence, number 97 in the wings.
In the stillness of the silence, I am one with perfect life. I am healed, I live in freedom. Joy now fills me, one with you. In the stillness of the silence, I am one with light and love. I am wise, my thoughts are loving. Peace that fills me, thrills me, one and all. In the stillness of the silence, I am one with God the good. I have trust in as I listen. Faith that fills me, one and all.
I'd like us to take some deep breaths. Quiet our mind. And as you are breathing, I'd like you to think of the phrase, "Let me remember." Let me remember the path of my heart, the light in my soul. How precious life is. My unique gifts and talents. My inner peace. The stars in the night sky. To accept life as it comes. To be true to myself. The beauty of this earth. To think good thoughts. To face and release my fears. To face and release my fears. To nourish my soul. In confusion, be still and listen. To love myself as much as I can. The pace of life is my choice. The joy of giving and sharing. To cease judgment. To be deeply grateful. To honor and express my creativity. All that nature has given. To strive toward calmness. To celebrate life. Namaste.
Shannon, thank you very much. What a great last 3 or 4 words to celebrate life. Thank you. We've heard this or said this question or spoken it or thought it. I'm just one person. What am I supposed to do? What can I do? I'm going to change the world. Yes, you can. Let's think about our world for a moment. In our world, somewhere, every morning, wherever that might be, the sun comes up and there's light. And that sun causes everything to grow. It does away with mold and disease and all kinds of things. The old Farmer's Almanac used to say that if you have anything wrong with you, sick, put your laundry outside and the sun decontaminates it, it purifies it, it refreshes it, restores it. And that light that the sun is inside of each one of us. It's part of the life creation, the formula of life is a light. I think we are bombarded these days with darkness of one kind or another, with anger, hatred, fear, all the things that could be considered the darkness of life experience. And within each one of us, we have this source of light, of spirit, in whatever form. There's a quote I want to read to you. It's just, Marianne Williamson said, "Light is to darkness what love is to fear. In the presence of one, the other disappears." I think that's profound. No matter how ugly or dark it gets, when the smallest little light appears, something happens. There's a change. How many of you go stargazing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? It's got to be dark to see the stars. And every one of us has dark times in our lives. Wayne shared some of the darkness that he and Nancy have incurred over the last while. It's no different than the rest of us. We all have these dark times. And they can be filled with fear, with medical challenges, with relationship challenges, even with our thought processes, the way we think about things. What controls the way we think about it? Is it light? Is it hope? Is it joy? Is it love? Or is it fear or anger? These times I think are a perfect opportunity for all of us to really spend some time every day thinking about light. Because these elections that we have turned into mud throwing contests for the last 40 years to the point it's ridiculous. Everybody slings mud at everybody. I can't watch it. Because when I do, I go to a dark place, I criticize, I look, and I think all of us need to search inside, get still, get quiet. Take that time in the morning, maybe take out another time, just write it on your calendar at 10 o'clock every day. I'm just going to take 5-minute time out. And I'm just going to get quiet. I'm going to turn off my phone, turn off the internet, turn off the TV, and I'm just going to get in touch with my light. I'm just going to get in touch with my hope, my desire for joy-filled life experiences. I'm going to get in touch with my ability to be kind, to be accepting, to be forgiving, and mostly to be grateful, to celebrate these life experiences that we all have, that are not clouded up by fear and anger and hatred. This time in our world, we are bombarded with news from around the world, just how ugly and how dark it is in places. And it for sure is dark. So what our world needs from us, our responsibility as a knowing human being that knows we have this light within us, our responsibility and obligation is to just stand up and be. Not afraid, not dark. Be courage. Be a light. There's a quote I have, it's about a lighthouse. I think it's amazing. Maybe it was on the front. Is it on? Oh, yeah. Dwight Moody. Let's read it together. When we are told to let our light shine, and if it does, we won't need to tell anybody it does. Lighthouses don't fire candles to call attention to the shine. They just shine. We don't have to do anything out of the ordinary. We don't. We can just be kind. We can thank somebody for opening the door for us. We can thank somebody for taking the Church of the Oaks for having a memorial last weekend. We can be thankful that we've got someplace to live. We can be thankful we have something to eat. And when you are in that place of gratitude, when you're walking around, your energy, your light is not a negative. It's not of darkness. It's of gratitude. It's celebration. It's of joy. It's of peace, not anger. I think that the world needs us. Humanity needs every one of us right now to be a light, to be strong, to not hate people that have a different opinion than us. Nobody's out to destroy the world. All of us human beings, what we truly want is to be able to feed our kids and our families, to be able to do something every day we feel good about, that we have some self-satisfaction in, to have love in our life, to love and be loved. I think that we can ask ourselves over and over, what can I do? What can I do? Just be who you are. Smile at folks. Remember the energy you're sharing. Are you sharing a positive energy? Are you sharing a light? Or are you just adding to the darkness? We got plenty of darkness. We've got plenty of crap and junk. But every one of us has an infinite amount of love and kindness and acceptance and forgiveness within us. I don't think that we can continue embracing the darkness that seems like we're just told to embrace all the anger, all the distrust, all the frustration. We have to release that. We have to get to that stillness inside where we know about the presence of the divine within us. And I get paid to think about these kinds of things, and I'm still, when it goes off like Mount Vesuvius, when I hear some of the garbage going on today. Vivian Clark used down here, I refuse to allow this garbage to disturb the peace within my soul. How many times have we heard that, Kelly, over the years? More times than I can count. I refuse to let this crap disturb the peace of my soul. I won't let it make my little candle go out. Tolstoy has a great quote. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart illuminates another heart and can illuminate thousands of hearts. Wayne brought us that Christmas song, one lights another, lights another, lights another. My friends, I think it's more than our gift. I think it's more than our opportunity. Because we know about spirit. There's not a person in this room that hasn't had some sort of spiritual experience, some sort of awareness, some sort of mystical experience, or you wouldn't be here. And we can take that knowing and fulfill our responsibility in that knowing. And walk around sharing our light and not darkness. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our own light. Brene Brown said that. She did a whole talk on that. There are so many people standing up. We get impacted and just slam-bammed with darkness all the time. Wherever you look, wherever you hear. Bad news travels like wildfire. Good news travels slow. It's the lyrics to a song, but it's true. But there are so many good things going on by people. Valley Ranch. They're expanding awareness. COTS is finding homes for homeless people. Redwood Gospel Mission is doing amazing things in our community. Redwood Food Bank, feeding thousands of people daily. Council on Aging, they're feeding, 50,000 meals a month. It's amazing. Why don't we hear the newspapers covered with all that stuff? That's what we need. That's our responsibility as human beings that are aware that there is light within us. That's what we should be doing. I believe that. It's my job to remind you of that on Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays and Friday mornings with our Inquiring Minds email. That we have this light. We all have different talents, gifts that we can share as well. But I don't think that's even as important as just being who we are. Being this person that walks around and does kind things. That doesn't have a crummy attitude. That's not rude. It's not hateful. It's not scared to death. There are so many people who I call heroes that stand up for what they believe in, that give people the encouragement to take another step. And that when they talk and give encouragement, what's that? That's just lighting the trail for somebody that's walking around in the darkness. I'm going to read something to you. I came across it. It's in his book, On the Bridge. Our late and beloved John Lewis, Congressman Lewis, such a civil rights activist forever. He is a very special man, because I heard him not long after he was bashed in the head on the bridge, almost killed. A reporter talked to him. He said, the only way that anything can come of this is I have to love the people that hit me. I have to love the people that did these things to me. I want to read this. You are a light. You are the light. Never let anyone, any person, or any force dampen, dim, or diminish your light. Study the path of others to make your way easier and more abundant. Lean toward the whispers of your own heart. Discover the universal truth and follow its dictates. Release the need to hate or harbor division and the enticement of revenge. Release all bitterness. Hold only love, only peace in your heart, knowing that the battle of good to overcome evil is already won. Choose confrontation wisely, but when it is your time, don't be afraid to stand up, and speak out against injustice. And if you follow your truth down the road to peace and the affirmation of love, if you shine that like a beacon for all to see, then the poetry of all the great dreamers and philosophers is yours to manifest in a nation, a world community, and a beloved community that is finally at peace with itself. It is the responsibility, yet the individual choice of each of us to use the light we have to dispel the work of darkness. Because if we do not, the power of falsehood rises. I don't know what else to say. I can't say anything more exact than that. And I think each one of us could put this on the refrigerator wall, and I think before we get anything out of the refrigerator, we ought to have to make ourselves read it and remember ourselves. Remember our life. Remember what John Lewis taught us. When that man walked his walk, he was in a pretty, I don't know what you would call his job, a pretty complicated job. But through all that junk, he walked his talk. He loved his family, his friends, and his enemies equally. He stood up and took a beating time after time in his life for what he felt was right. He never let the darkness of fear or hatred be manifested into other things that he did. The buck stopped with him. And John Lewis had no more power, no more resolve, no more connection with the divine inside of his own being than each one of us in this room. Maybe I should print this out for everybody and give you a copy next week, and you can put it on your refrigerator. I think we need to see this man, read his words. What an inspiration. What a reminder every day. We have choice. We are creatures of choice. We can decide. Am I going to be an ass today, or am I going to love even my enemies? I'm going to take this a little farther next week, I think. And I hope all of you can come and hear our little performance next Saturday. Can't happen here? Yes, it can. It is. And sometimes you feel like you're a little island in a whole sea of junk and corruption. But we're not. We all hold hands at the end of every service. We all hug each other during the service. We all come together. We go next door, we have coffee. We share our lives' tales. We are family. We have each other. And I have seen this little group of people get together and accomplish unbelievable things. And we can change our world. We can make this world a brighter place. If we take 2 steps this week with our light shining, that's light that didn't shine last week. 2 small steps. Just decide to go into the store and smile at people and say, hi, how are you? Aren't we having a great day? That changed the world. The thought of that changed the world. Every one of us can make significant change on this world that just metastasizes darkness every chance they get. We don't have to live in the dark. We have within us the light that will light our path to have a joy-filled, a love-filled, a forgiveness-filled, and a gratitude-filled life. I promise you, I will put that in writing if you want. I'll slice the end of my finger and sign it and bleed if you like. I believe with all that is in me that we have the power, individually or collectively, to change this world simply by being who we are, being the light that is within us, being the kindness that we have an abundance of, being one who forgives and understands that everybody goes through junk every day. And sometimes it's overwhelming. And when our family becomes overwhelmed, what do? We reach out and give each other a hug. We listen to each other cry the blues. We stand up for each other. Sometimes we sit down with each other. You are the light of the world. The sun and the stars and the moon and you. You're just one person, and what can you do? You can make this world that seems to manufacture darkness intentionally a lighter brighter place. That's all I got. So let's go out and spread some light around, shall we? Let's spread this, take this little light each one of us has and let it shine, shall we?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Have a little amen, shall we?